Hey everybody, and welcome to my video on Dunder Data Challenge number 6. Recreate the Tesla Cybertruck with Matplotlib. So this is an image of the Tesla Cybertruck that was released last week. And our challenge is going to be to recreate this image with the Matplotlib plotting library in Python. So this image consists of lots of different shapes. And if you know how to create just a couple different shapes, you'll be able to get started on this challenge. So that's all I wanted to do with this video, is to give you a little tutorial on how to create shapes using Matplotlib and how to insert them into your image. Okay, so let's go down here. I've created this set of commands will import Matplotlib, create my figure, and then turn off the left and bottom axes and their tick labels so that they don't appear. It's just extraneous. By default, the axis goes from 0 to 1 in both the x and the y direction. Okay, so to get started with shapes, you're going to have to get them from the patches module in Matplotlib. So if you do from matplotlib.patches import, and if you press tab right here, you'll be able to go down and see all these different patches. So a patch is essentially a shape that is sort of pre-made for you. You have to kind of just set some of the parameters, so you can make some arc, arrow, a circle. You can make an ellipse, which is one of the ones we're going to do, and the important one is a polygon, which is essentially just any number of side shape, and then you just give it the coordinates. So let's go ahead. We're going to create a polygon and an ellipse here. So the way it works is that we are going to let's just begin by creating the top. We'll just call that, and we're going to use this Polygon constructor to create a polygon. So say we want to create this top like triangle right here, and that's our goal for the moment. So the way the Polygon constructor works, if you look at the documentation, so you give it says a numpy array with shape n by 2. So this is just n is the number of points, and 2 is the xy coordinates for each of those points. So for instance, and minimum for a polygon is 3 sides, so we need to supply it 3 points. So we need to approximate where this point is, and this point is, and then Matplotlib will create that polygon, or really that triangle, for us. So let's go ahead and do that. So the way we're going to do this is you can give it a numpy array, or you can just give it a list of lists. So I'm going to give it a list of lists. So the outer list is just all the points. The inner list is the exact x, y. So this point is approximately, I don't know, maybe 0.3 over and about 0.5 up. I'm just taking a guess. The next point is maybe about 0.5 over, and maybe a little bit higher, like 0.6 up. So again, the units by default are 0 to 1 in both the x and the y, so that's why I'm doing this. So 0.5 in the x direction and 0.6 in the y. And the last one looks like maybe 0.8 in the x, and it's somewhere between the other one, so maybe 0.55. Okay, so that's my polygon. And now I'm going to take my axes object, and I'm going to call a function or method called add patch. So this is the patch I created, the patch object. I'm just calling it top. So it won't appear in your figure unless you add it to to my axes object like this. So let's go ahead and run this, and you can see that I've now created this top. So you can change the color of this. Instead of it being blue, you can give it some hexadecimal string or some HTML colors it understands. So I don't know, just guess that it's silver. So that's how I get this. So you can create more elaborate polygons than just 3 points. So I'll leave that up to you to create, the other things, like maybe the body and around the wheelbase. Those things will be more extensive polygons than just a simple triangle, or these windows right here is a four-sided shape. So you can work on that. Now the other thing is, you're going to want to create wheels. So to create a wheel, yes, its wheels are definitely circular. You can do a circle. The issue here is that the way we've set up the image, and you could actually change this, but because this is 0 to 1 in this direction and 0 to 1 over here, and our image is 16 by 8, so the x is stretched out more than the y. So if you do create a circle, it's going to not actually look circular due to the image dimensions. So one way around this is to use the ellipse patch, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm going to just let me create a wheel, and I'm going to use this ellipse, and it works by this. So here's the method signature, and you're going to give it the center. XY is the center of the ellipse, and you're going to give it the width and then the height. So say I want to put a wheel approximately right here. So this is about a little bit more than 0.3 over, maybe 0.35, and then a little bit less than that one, so 0.4. So the center will be 0.35 in the x direction, 0.4 in the y. And then I have to give it a width and a height. So the width of the ellipse and the height of the ellipse. So we can say maybe since it's longer in the x, no, not 0.8, that'd be way too big. Say 0.1 and 0.05 for the height. So because there's a 2 to 1 ratio in length to width. So again, it's width comma height. And then again, we have to add this patch. And I did it backwards. Right. Okay, there we go. So, all right, and then you can also give it a color here. And we can make this, like say, black. And there you have, some semblance of a wheel. Obviously, it'll take a lot more work in order to make the wheel exactly how you want it, and to add all the other details to it inside here. Okay, so that's a little tutorial on how to add patches or shapes to your Matplotlib axes or figure, and that should go a long way to helping you recreate this Tesla truck. All right, so good luck on Dunder Data challenge number 6, and if you want to go the extra mile, you can try to animate it and have the wheels rotate and have it like drive off the screen, something like that. Okay, looking forward to seeing what everybody produces.